But you know the good thing about us three? We are the routine. So what you like about us, you see with us. So when it came to B.B.D, we took all of the background information and we stepped into a lead singer spot.
What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. If you haven't already, check out my video essays on Ralph Tresvant's Living in a Dream, Bobby Brown's Mystical Magic, New Edition's Tender Love, Every Little Step, as well as the album retrospectives on the Candy Girl, New Edition, All for Love, King of Stage, Under the Blue Moon, Chemistry, Heartbreak, and Don't Be Cruel. In each video, I dive into interesting topics not commonly known about New Edition. In 1988, New Edition would return to the music scene in rare form with the newly added Johnny Gill. The group will release their definitive album, Heartbreak, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Bobby Brown's Don't Be Cruel was also released on the same day, joining the group as their opening act for the Heartbreak Tour, a tour that would be their most successful up until that point. But just as their career will begin to reach new heights, Ralph Tresvant and Johnny Gill would splinter off to pursue the solo careers they were promised by MCA, decisions that would begin the next chapter for the remaining members. In this video, I'll be discussing the history leading up to and slightly after the Poison album. While you're here, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get into it. Unsure of what they would do without Ralph and Johnny, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis would suggest that the three form a group themselves, a suggestion that would ignite a creative flame in Ronnie, Ricky, and Mike.
We were at the Forum, we did the last show, we're at the after party, just, you know, having a good time, mingling with everyone, and we're talking to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And it was just a regular conversation about, like, what are you guys gonna do while the other two are going solo? And we were just shooting ideas. We never said we're gonna perform a group. We just said, well, we'll try to get into management or more the business side of the group, of the entertainment business, maybe producing, writing. And they just casually suggested, why don't you guys just become a group? And we thought, oh, that's a cool idea. And we just took it and ran with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Ralph Tresvant was going solo.
Yes. Johnny Gill
was going solo.
Yeah. And Bob was
thing. already solo.
Exactly.
Okay.
Johnny, when I saw Johnny and put him in the group, he was making his album. So I told the boss, yo, we need him with us, and put his album on hold. And Johnny was like, hold up. So me and him talked, and he smoothed that out, which helped set up his solo project because he had that New Edition fan base that made My huge that he wouldn't have had without us.
Right.
And then Ralph was like, yo, my turn too.
Sensitivity.
Yeah, so Ralph's in Boston cutting his project, so he was ready to leap. And then we get to us three, and we like, what we gonna do, right? And the word is that the A&R dude and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis say, yo, man, y'all should just form a group. And we was like, and do what? Right? And they said, baby girl, they said, yo, the name of y'all group is Bell, Bivins, and DeVoe. And I'm like, man, that sounds like Ray Goodman and Brown, like a lawyer firm, man. That's not fly. And then I said, yo, Rick, you know, they always messing my name up. B-I-V-E-N-S is B-I-V-I-N-S. I said, yo, we going to take the I-N-S off, and we're going to call this Bell Biv DeVoe.
This new iteration of the remaining members of New Edition will be called Bell Biv DeVoe. The group approached Louis Silas Jr., who spearheaded the project, as its executive producer. However, MCA was not fully invested in the idea and would only allot the group $300,000 to create the album, a relatively low number compared to the album budgets of bigger artists. Due to the low budget, B.B.D was unable to afford top-tier producers like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis or L.A. Reid and Babyface.
So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis weren't involved in that, or?
Not at all.
Really?
Because listen, you know, at that time, it was like you got with whatever producers based on the budget that you had to work with.
Okay, so you couldn't afford them?
No, we couldn't afford him. We couldn't afford him. We couldn't afford Babyface. We couldn't afford R. Kelly, you know, Teddy Riley, none of that. They gave us at the time what was considered a new artist budget, which is actually a lot, would be considered a lot today. It was $350,000. But back then, that was just considered a new artist budget.
Yeah.
So we had to work with, you know, a lot of the new producers, new writers, whoever we could just get off of relationships.
They didn't think B.B.D. was gonna do anything.
So you see Bell Biv DeVoe, like, what are these guys gonna do? And I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says now, no one thought they were gonna do anything.
Ever since the early days of New Edition, the group had yearned for a grittier street sound and image that reflected the times and the space they were in creatively. The group would approach Eric Vietnam Sadler along with Keith and Hank Shock Lee, who are members of a production team called the Bomb Squad, and the controversial hip-hop group Public Enemy. Public Enemy would become famous for weaving their political and racial grievances with society in their music. Their radical approach to production created the songs that would transcend their generation. Yo, Bum Rush the Show, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, and Fear of a Black Planet were produced primarily by the Bomb Squad, the first of which is certified gold and the latter two certified platinum. One of their most noteworthy songs is Fight the Power, a song that was commissioned by director Spike Lee for his film Do the Right Thing. Released as a single on July 4th, 1989, and would reach #1 on the Hot Rap Singles chart.
And it was such a, what I didn't realize until doing my research is the Bomb Squad were doing the beats.
Oh yeah.
And that's Public Enemy.
Yes.
America's Most Wanted,
Exactly.
Ice Cube.
Exactly.
That.
And that's what drew us to them. That sound, what they did on Ice Cube's first album, and just Public Enemy, just the aggressive of the bottom, and just it was just noisy and you know, headbanging. We wanted that, but with hip hop grooves and be able to put melody on top of that.
Dr. Freeze, Alton Wokie Stewart, and Timmy Gatling were brought in to work on the album. Dr. Freeze would go on to write and produce I Wanna Sex You Up by Color Me Bad, and would collaborate with Michael Jackson on his last album, Invincible. Wokie Stewart would contribute to the production on Stephanie Mills' 1989 album, Home, and Christopher Williams' Adventures in Paradise. This unorthodox combination of producers would spawn a result that no one would see coming. Music that is mentally hip-hop, smoothed out on the R&B tip with a pop feel appeal to it.
Our music is mentally hip-hop, smoothed out on the R&B tip with a pop feel appeal to it.
Translation? and like, what does that mean?
That means that our music, first of all, hip-hop is mental. It's from the street, it's the attitude.
Okay.
And so therefore, our music is not just hip-hop, but it's hip-hop, but it's smoothed out on the R&B tip. You know, it has that R&B feel to it.
Okay.
You know, and then once it becomes popular, it has that pop feel appeal to it, you know. It's able to cross over.
I think
so
that
that's
works.
what it all means. And you have to listen to the music.
The album begins with Dope, written and produced by Dr. Freeze. Hectic piano keys and alternating beats open the doors to the rest of the song. A more literal and rough around the edges version of New Jack Swing, smashing elements of hip-hop, rap, and R&B together, setting itself apart from other artists and producers who do the same, but in a more sophisticated way. The lyrics say loudly what I thought say quietly when we come across beautiful women. I saw her in the magazine, her body's dope. She looks so hot, it makes me full of steam. That girl's dope, say it loud. Girls like this are really hard to pull. Everybody's always saying no, I can't cope, cause that girl is dope. Ronnie steps in with a rap verse wrapped in swagger, with Mike coming in to do the same. Dope is the thesis statement to the rest of the album, saying who they become and what they're about. Ironically enough, the first track of the album will be its final single, released on July 1st, 1991, and peaking at #9 on the R&B chart. The music video is almost like a day in the life of Bell Biv DeVoe, shot handheld style, capturing moments on the tour bus to a live performance on stage. Dope is followed by B.B.D, I Thought It Was Me, written by Ronnie Hooks, Daryl Durant, Paul Stewart, produced and co-written by the Bomb Squad. Contrary to Dope, I Thought It Was Me has a more concise sound and an edge that pierces your ears differently than the former. The different dimensions to its production is the first hook that keeps you engaged, particularly the 3-point keyboard section that repeats itself. Ricky's voice rightfully sits atop the production with its hip-hop influence that's blatant in the form of its titular ad-libs. Mike and Ronnie exchange rhymes while Ricky fuses rapping and singing, melodic rapping. The song has so much substance that it is easy to miss its lyrical content. The lyrics are the song's second hook once you listen to what he's saying. I thought it was me who makes the girl this way. I came to find out she's like that every day. I thought it was me that makes that girl so wild. I found out she's like that with all the guys. an anthem for a man who has dated a woman that was head over heels at first. Once his time with her is up, he sees she's doing the same thing with the next guy. The whole time, you thought all that was you. The latter portion, in my opinion, is the best part, as Ricky makes the lyrics his own and shows off a sharp and raspy vocal delivery, reminiscent of Michael Jackson towards the end. All of these elements easily make this song my personal favorite on the album. Released as a single on September 18th, 1990, reaching number 1 on the R&B chart and number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. The energy of the album remains consistent with Let Me Know Something, written by Ronnie Hooks and Daryl Durant, with the Bomb Squad producing and co-writing. The song's introduction gives the impression that it will be a straight-up hip-hop rap song. The scratches and mixing turn out to be a red herring when Ricky flips that upside down with a different approach to his lyrical delivery. Short, sharp, and sweet. It's no wonder a new name was given to this style of music by the group, as this fusion was the first of its kind. Lyrics from 1990 still hold up in 2023. Now you know that I do shows with Bell Biv DeVoe. Now you want to say hello? I still say hell no. You used to be Miss Prim and Proper, Miss Prima Donna. Now you're a goner because you're no longer the apple of my eye. Kiss all that crap goodbye. Like I Thought It Was Me, Ricky Bell again takes inspiration from Michael Jackson with his ad-libs. What makes a classic album is not only its singles, but the other tracks that it's comprised of. Poison follows the classic albums that came before it with Let Me Know Something. Do Me, written collectively by Carl Borelli, B.B.D, and Busta Rhymes. Produced by Carl Borelli, the song is the antithesis of New Edition with its overtly sexual lyrics. Its production style is traditional New Jack Swing taken to the next level by the group's talent. Do Me is also a testament to the depth of New Edition and the hidden talent that existed behind Ralph, Bobby, and Johnny. Lyrics: girl, let your hair down. Take off your clothes and leave on your shoes. Would you mind if I looked at you for a moment before I make sweet love? Do Me is why Ricky Bell is known as Slick. That's exactly how his vocals should be described. The most complete song on the album up until this point, with it being a joint effort amongst the three members. A conversation between Ricky and a woman takes place towards the end that adds to the song's literal sexual theme. In case the listener was curious about what they should label B.B.D's music, they make it known. Hip-hop smoothed out on the R&B tip with a pop feel appeal to it. Of all the songs on the album, I can only surmise that this was the one that caught everyone by surprise. It's almost hard to believe that the unhinged, gritty hip-hop sound was at one point festering behind New Edition's formal presentation. Do Me was released as a single on June 10th, 1990, and peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 4 on the R&B chart, also charting abroad in Europe, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. Do Me's music video shows the group completely uninhibited, no boundaries on how they express themselves. Word to the Mother pays homage to where they came from and who they started with. The song is rightfully titled Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny, with lyrics: people come, people go. In this business, you'll never know. Some are good, some are bad. The lyrics tell the story and acknowledges that the group is not together. And the time will come when we will be as one. When the feeling comes, nobody knows. How we really feel, they don't know the deal. Finishing, we are one breaking new. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky and Mike, Ralph and Johnny too. It ain't nothing but a thing that we're gonna do. Everybody's always talking about the Any Crew. In essence, the song was B.B.D's answer to the questions about New Edition's hiatus and an early prediction of their eventual return. The definitive song of Bell Biv DeVoe's career comes next with Poison, written and produced by Dr. Freeze. An attention-grabbing and infectious beat, shouting out Dr. Freeze and preparing themselves to make a permanent mark on the music industry. A song about an intoxicating woman that is more than what she seems. Girl, I must warn you, I sense something strange in my mind. Let's cure it, cause we're running out of time. It's also beautiful, relationships they seem from the start. It's also deadly when love is not together from the heart. If I were you, I'd take precaution. You'll think she's the best thing in the world. She's so fly, she'll drive you right out of your mind, steal your heart when you're blind. Beware she's scheming, she'll make you think you're dreaming. A blueprint for when you meet what you think is perfection, but perfection is just a mask for poison. A poison that will have you saying what Ricky croons. It's driving me out of my mind, that's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her, wrong move you're dead. That girl is poison. Never trust a big butt and a smile. A harsh truth amidst the melody and rhyme. Poison, much like the other songs on the album, is a coin that is constantly flipping, switching sides. Rapping and singing. Poison being the catchiest of all the songs on the album. Poison's release as a single preceded the album's release on March 6, 1990, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the R&B chart. Like Do Me, Poison reached the foreign market, charting in the UK, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. The song would be B.B.D's most successful song, going on to become a classic. Its music video is the group's true introduction. As New Edition, each member wore the same outfit, often in suits and formal wear. Bell Biv DeVoe, every member is wearing something different, wearing different shoes at the same time, setting a new trend. New Edition's choreography is structured and precise, although in unison, B.B.D's style of dance is a lot more free, fraught with fun energy. Ain't Nothing Changed follows Poison, written by the Bomb Squad and Daryl Duran, and produced by the Bomb Squad. A rap duet between Mike and Ronnie. Lyrics that take us through the daily routine of Bell Biv DeVoe. It's time to practice at the studio. Rehearsing verses is my duty though. We work and work and work to wreck the concerts. No pain, no gain, no fame. Yeah, ain't nothing changed. Their work ethic as Bell Biv DeVoe is just the same as it was when they were New Edition. A rare instance of Mike and Ronnie leading an entire song. The album finally brings the energy down and the group returns to their R&B roots with the love ballad, When Will I See You Smile Again, written and produced by Wokie Stewart and Timmy Gatling. A somber Quiet Storm instrumentation sets the stage for Ricky, who steps into the spotlight as the true leading man. Apologetic lyrics, tears I see drop from your eyes, tell me why you cry. Guilt I feel when you look at me. Did I let you down? Girl, you see that I apologize. Tell me what to do to get through to you. It's not the same. I know I was to blame. Just tell me when will I see you smile again. Making a mistake so bad that you'd apologize 1,000,000 times if it meant you could see her smile again is a struggle I relate to. The next verse more accurate than the last. Promises I know I made many times before, and I broke each one of them. But I had to learn over and over again, don't hurt the one you love. A loving smile from the woman you love is food for the soul of the weary man. And to be without that because of the mistakes you never learned from is torture. Listening to Ronnie's interlude is like listening to myself in the past. Look, baby, listen, please forgive me for all the wrong I've done. You see, I just can't understand why I keep making this same kind of mistake over and over again. With Ricky asking, maybe we can talk it over, maybe we can work it out. The harmonies adding, cause I know I messed up, and I know you're fed up. If I had anything to say to an ex-girlfriend, it would sound a lot like, when will I see you smile again? In my opinion, the music video is the group's best, returning to the New Edition style of presentation and choreography. Similar to Can You Stand the Rain, When Will I See You Smile Again also has scenes that tell the song's story.
Can I talk to him for a minute, Jim? Get him, Slim. Hey ladies, here we go. I said, hey ladies, woo. Can I talk to you for a moment? You see, tonight is gonna be show and tell. You know my first name is Ricky. My first name is Ricky. And my last name is, you know my last name is Bell.
Despite the album's success, I believe it could have benefited from one more contribution from Wokie Stewart in place of Ain't Nothing Changed. In anticipation of similar sentiments, the album's final track is I Do Need You, the second collaboration between Stewart and Gatling. One could almost say that I Do Need You is the sequel to When Will I See You Smile Again, sequenced right after it and the opposite in its tone and lyrical content. When Will I See You Smile Again is apologetic, regretful, and melancholy, whereas I Do Need You is a hopeful declaration of genuine love, the reassurance she needs after she takes you back. I know for sure that you'll never change. Why I continue to love you, the answer remains the same. If I keep holding on, just maybe, you'll see that I do need you. Deep in my heart, I feel that you really do care. I do need you, I do want you. Poison would go on to be certified 4 times platinum, inspiring artists that would come after them who would also blend the genre of hip-hop and R&B. Much like Bobby, who would release Dance You Know It, following the release of Don't Be Cruel, Bell Biv DeVoe would do the same, releasing B.B.D, Boot City, the remix album on August 27, 1991, featuring new versions of the original songs from Poison. The most noteworthy being I Do Need You, Word to the Mother, and When Will I See You Smile Again. Word to the Mother would reunite New Edition and be the first song featuring all 6 members. Unlike the first version, the song begins with Johnny, and Ricky's verses have different vocal arrangements. New verses are added, sung and rapped by Ralph and Bobby. The music video was shot in the Orchard Park Projects in Boston. Bell Biv DeVoe would come together with Ralph, Johnny, and Bobby for the MTV Video Music Awards on September 6, 1990, performing Poison live before joining the other members, performing If It Isn't Love, Mr. Telephone Man, and Can You Stand the Rain, foreshadowing a true reunion that would come years later. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.